Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to Tea Time with Tanya. Welcome one, welcome all. Today is Monday, June 26th, 2023. Let's start today off with an affirmation, shall we? Dear universe, dear creator, dear spirit guides, please give us, the collective, an affirmation, words of wisdom to carry forward this day. Today we get recharge. I am allowed to take breaks. When a task is causing me stress, I will take a deep breath, put my hand to my heart, and step away. This allows me to gain a new perspective, recharge my brain, and work more efficiently in the future. Namaste. Okay, guys, for you guys who are sitting at work right now, struggling, listen to these words. Recharge. I am allowed to take breaks. When a task is causing me stress, I will take a deep breath, put my hand to my heart, and step away. This allows me to gain a new perspective, recharge my brain, and work more efficiently in the future. Namaste. Never ever allow yourself to be placed in a stressful situation where you feel like you cannot step away and regroup yourself. Your wholeness and completeness is what is most important. Remember, always take time to breathe. Remember, every conscious breath is a meditation. Namaste. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into this reading today. Guys, first thing I want to say is prepare. Prepare. We are moving into energies that are going to shake up our very existence. I cannot tell you for certain what that is going to be, but it is going to be magnificent. It is going to be so big. This is the time where we need all of our facilities. This is not a time to be afraid. This is a time to be fearless. This is a time to set your intention to receive, to open your eyes to what is actually around you. Good morning, everybody. See, I said it. Greetings and salutations to you all. It is a work in progress. I am still trying my best to not say that. All right, my first question this morning is from Sharon Y. Sharon says, letters with suspicious white powder have turned up in 3 states to Republican lawmakers. Who is behind this? And the first thing that came to my mind when I was reading this question is what happened back in the was it the 90s or the 2000s when people were mailing ricin through the mail to the White House and to different lawmakers in Washington. And it turned into a whole thing. I think it was in the 2000s. Yes, it was. It was in the 2000s because I was working in the mailroom and we had a protocol in case we had any suspicious powders, which we always had working for the prison, coming through the mail. But here, let's ask this question. Letters with a suspicious white powder turned up in 3 states to Republican lawmakers. Who is behind this? Universe, creator, spirit guides, please answer this question. Tara, answer this question. Who is behind the white powder being sent to Republican lawmakers? Oh, guys, okay. All right. This is serious. This is very serious. First card that we have coming out is the Six of Cups. This is youthful people, children. But I don't think these are children, but these are young people. In front, we have the Tower. This is a defining moment. This is things falling apart. Below, we have Judgment. All of this is working together. This is painting a big story. Behind, we have the Two of Pentacles. What the first part of this draw is telling me is that the person or people responsible for sending these powder-laced envelopes to lawmakers, to Republican lawmakers. First thing I want to say, this is a group or an individual that is below the age of majority, which means this is a person who is under 21 years of age. Okay, this is a person or a group that is under 21 years of age. They want to wreak havoc. They want to cause fear and chaos. I really feel like this is almost a targeted group. I want to say this is a group of youth that want to do to the GOP what the GOP is doing to the youth. Below, we have Judgment. These letters are a statement. They are a warning. They are a dire warning. And I feel like there's parts of this that are not being said or not being released. In the near future, we have the Two of Cups. So I want to say that the person who is responsible for this is working with at least one more person. These may be male children, okay? Male young adults. But again, these people are below the age of majority. What is being sent in these letters can cause death, okay? So they are sending something real through the mail. This has the potential to take somebody's life through their handling of it, okay? Below this, we got Temperance. Again, we got these two cards. Again, things being out of balance. These young people being frustrated, angry, and wanting to right what has been done wrong. And at this point, it is by force or by fear. The final outcome is the Queen of Wands. Okay, the Queen of Wands, this is that magic. This is that female magic energy. If these two, and I want to say two individuals, these two boys, if these two boys are caught, it may be because of a parent, a female parent, finding out what these boys are doing and actually alerting law enforcement. I feel like these two children, these boys are whipping this stuff up, going through literally a directory and sending these hot letters to people who they feel are trying to eliminate the youth. And that's all I can say. This is about gay and straight. This is about the assault on children. And these children have taken it upon themselves to return the fear that is being sent out to the youth of our nation. There you go, Sharon. There you go. This is being perpetrated by two boys who are trying to make a statement about what the GOP is doing to the youth of America. Sharon's next question is, why were the people on the Titan aware of their fate? Okay, the Titan, and I'm talking about the little submersible that lost contact. The Navy is saying that it imploded. When I read on this last week, when I asked the question the first time, the first thing I got was that those people were already deceased when I read on them then. Sharon wants to know, were they aware of their own fate? And what I have to say is, Sharon, everyone, what happened on that Titan? Number one, that submersible suffered a catastrophic implosion within an hour of its launch. When it got to a depth, it was crushed like a can. The people inside of that submersible knew their danger as it was happening. And that's all I can say, because what I see is literally the air being sucked out of the inside of this container, and their whole beings being crushed by the pressure of the ocean. The one thing that I can say is that hopefully when the vessel decompressed, that it took them quickly and they didn't suffer greatly, because they suffocated while they were being crushed. That is how their end came about. And I want to say there was a level of consciousness, but it was slight. They understood the danger. They knew they were in danger almost immediately after they had launched. And there was nothing. It's like everything, when they got into depth, everything failed. And it literally just, like the air got sucked out of the vessel, and it was like a paper cup being smashed. Okay? But what I want to talk about with this Titan, while these 5 people on the Titan were lost, there were thousands of people on a capsizing fishing ship off of Greece that was capsizing, that the Greek Navy, the world watched a boat full of refugees drown, the bodies of children and their parents washing up on the shores. The Greek Navy did nothing to help rescue and save these people while they could be saved. They went out and hooked up ropes to the boat that caused the boat to capsize. And then they didn't send any resources out to help find and rescue those victims. While the Titan had imploded with a millionaire and rich people on it, poor brown people were fighting for their lives off the coast of Greece, and the world watched and let them drown. And this was not just one ship. There were 2. There were 2 on the very same day that these 5 men, whose fate came almost instantaneous, and the whole world sent their resources to scour the ocean for a millionaire and his son and a couple other guys, while hundreds and thousands of brown refugees were on sinking, capsizing boats, and no resources were sent to help them. These are the deeds of evil men. This is the revelations that I am begging you to open your eyes to. These are the things that you need to understand. The Navy already knew that the Titan had imploded and that anything was just going to be a salvage mission. But they pulled out the stops. All kinds of resources for 5 individuals in a submersible that they had no idea where it could be, while 2 ships where they knew exactly where they were, full of refugees, brown people, were dying off the coasts of civilized areas, and no help was sent. Beware of the deeds of evil men. Beware the distractions that they keep you looking at and sympathizing so that you don't see and don't care about the human lives that were just given to the ocean. The people who there was actually a chance to rescue, evil men let drown. Wrap your head around that. My next question, did Putin almost have a mutiny? Okay, and I've got a couple of questions on this that I'm going to pull. First question, did Putin almost have a mutiny? Second part of this question, what type of agreement, if any, was made between Russia and the Wagner group? Third question, will Putin honor his word if there was any type of agreement made? And the fourth question, will Putin retaliate against his troops that stood with the Wagner group? Here we go. First question, did Russia, Putin, almost have a mutiny with the Wagner group? First car out is the star. And we've got the 3 of Cups inverted. Hold on, I'm pulling all of these cards. There's a whole story here. Okay, first thing I want to say is whatever's happening with the Wagner group ain't over. Them marching up and marching out, guys, that was I want to say it was a warning of things to come. There was a discussion. There's no support. There's no pay. The money has stopped. The resources have stopped from Russia. We have the star is the first card, which is the yes. The yes part is that there was, and I almost don't want to say almost a mutiny. I want to say that there was a change, and something has been said that has a timeline on it. The next yes we have is the 3 of Cups inverted. Let me read what the 3 of Cups inverted is. 3 of Cups inverted. Expedition, dispatch, achievement, and end. Okay? Something is definitely going on. I had said in my last reading or the one before that I feel like this war is coming to its conclusion. The movement of the Wagner group against Russia is going to be a huge catalyst. There's a whole lot of stuff about money, about the rich people who are running this war operation. And there's a whole bunch of, okay, this is to me, this card is not only church, it's also government. It is those people who have an iron fist of control. And there is a group that is meeting right now that is trying to get out of this war. I know, I don't watch news, so I'm really not sure if Putin is actually deceased or not. I feel like he is. If he isn't, he is incapacitated and someone else is actually pulling all the strings. Understand, Putin is direly ill. The disease that he has is wreaking havoc on his body. Yes, he may be doing all kind of occultish things to extend his life. However, I really truly believe that what we are watching in Ukraine is the shadow of Putin. That this is a part of the plan that they cannot let go yet, even though I believe Putin is already expired. If he's not expired, he's incapacitated. There is going to be a change, and it's coming soon. We have a super moon coming up on the 3rd, I believe, is the next full moon. Everything is going to change. We are going to have movement on all fronts. Again, no, don't be afraid, because we can't do anything about this except for be prepared. Right now, I know I've been talking a lot of woo-woo about getting yourself ready, spiritually ready. This is very important right now. And I need for every one of you who follow this channel to take this seriously. What we are being tasked to do right now is to change our mindset, okay? To change the way that we think, the way that we receive information, and the way that we give information out. Changing our vibration, raising our vibration as high as we possibly can is what we are tasked to do right now. We are about to experience a whole new world. And depending on where you are resonating is going to determine what type of environment you are existing in. The evil men that are doing these horrible things in broad daylight are going to do more horrible things. Our economic system, the energetic system is all going to be up for changing. The ETs that are coming, that are demanding that the powers that are ruling us give us freedom, energetic freedom, free energy, that is going to topple a whole bunch of 1%ers. When people understand that gasoline was never needed, that we never needed to harvest coal, that you never even needed solar panels on top of your house, that the same energy that keeps our bodies vibrant flows through the air at no cost and can be harnessed, has been harnessed in antiquity, was stolen from us. We were enslaved. We became slaves of energy. We were made to pay to be able to see in the dark. Our countries were decimated so that men could control the flow of energy that is invisible and free and surrounding everything. Understand where we got duped, where we got tricked. It was a long time ago. We are being given the opportunity to go back and right what was wrong. Well, not go back, but to step into the future, righting what was wrong in our past. This is going to cause a whole lot of friction because the powers that hold the ability to give the world free energy do not want to relinquish that power and control, and that's exactly what it is. Understand, when these quote unquote industrialized countries spend trillions of dollars on war machines, war implements, they are doing that to kill us. Not to stop a war somewhere. They create the wars. These are wars started by singular men in rooms that play with our lives and livelihood. The men who start these wars are never the men who fight these wars. The men who start these wars are never held accountable for the destruction and death that they cause. This is the revelation that we are going to see. The changing of what is and what can be, and our role in that, our co-creation. The temple that we need to invest in is here. This is our temple, okay? This is where we receive our blessings. Okay? This is your steeple. Here. Get that in tuned. Get it vibrating at a high frequency so that these terrible things that these evil men have planned for us will be below your vibration and therefore will not affect you. All right? All right. So first part, did Putin almost have a mutiny? That was yes. Second part of this question, what type of agreement was made? Tarot, please. What type of agreement was made with Putin and his troops? The thing was, if you don't support us and do what you promised, we're going to stop fighting for you. This is what it's about. The Wagner group threatened to walk out, to leave the fight, to leave Russia holding the bag, because what the Wagner group was promised has not been received. They have not been getting what they are supposed to from Russia. So the Wagner group is saying, if you don't pay us, or we're leaving. Pay us, we ain't gonna fight for you no more. Pay us, we're gonna fight for the other guy. We'll fight against you if you don't do what you're supposed to do. That's what all of this is about. That's what they marched up there to say. Last part of this question. Will Putin retaliate? Will Putin or Russia? Will Russia, we'll put it that way, will Russia retaliate against the soldiers? Remember, these are people he let out of prison to go kill other people that ain't did nothing to Russia. Will Putin go after the Wagner group and the people who are fighting for Russia? Will he retaliate against Russian troops? Yes or no? There's a yes, he will. And this is not going to work out well for Putin at all, or for Russia. Guys, we're going to see a mutiny. We are going to see a mutiny. The Wagner group is going to turn the tide of this war. If you are paying attention to it, get your popcorn. This is going to be, it may be another distraction, but there's a turning point in this war. The Wagner group is going to commit mutiny against Russia. It may just fight for the Ukraine, or it may just flat out walk off the battlefield, lay down its arms, its armament, and just leave. But there is something huge about to transpire in the war with Ukraine. All right. My next question is from Shay Shay. Shay Shay wants to know, does a sperm know what egg to look for during intercourse to create you or I? This is a great question. And the answer is no, okay? The sperm and the egg are the autonomic way of creating life in our bodies. Now, remember, our spirit, that thing that makes us us, does not enter the infant's body until the infant takes its first breath. When the infant takes its first breath, that is when the spirit enters the vessel. So the sperm and the egg creating the embryo is just the mechanics of it. Any random sperm, any random egg, that which meet and produce an offspring is what it is. It produces that zygote. However, that zygote is not alive until it takes its independent first breath and the spirit enters the vessel. All right? So it doesn't matter what sperm or what egg. It matters when the baby takes its first breath. That's when you became you. All right? Shay Shay's next question is, how can a person be conjured up through the earth? By birth, test tube, or birth by artificial womb? This is a big question. And Shay Shay used the word conjured. And in this, I want to say this is the part of the story where we get into in creation, where man has the technology and the ability to create life without going through the normal man, woman, have sex, create offspring. Now we have doctor goes in and takes egg, harvests sperm, introduce egg and sperm in a controlled environment outside of a woman's body, grows these cells in an artificial womb. There's no human contact here. This is one of the things that we need to take a little pause. Again, like I just said, you are not you until you take that autonomic first breath and your spirit enters that body. These children, these beings that are being created in artificial wombs that have never been a part of any person, okay? You have man playing God, literally playing God with other entities' lives. These people exit these artificial wombs, are stimulated to take a breath, and are incarnated. They are now people, but they are people who did not come through people. These are people who are born of machine. What I must say here is that the ether is full of souls wanting to return, to materialize, or just to be on this plane of existence. When that gate is opened, when that infant is released from that artificial womb and it is stimulated to take that breath, then whatever entity is out there or conjured up or just standing by can be placed inside of this vessel, inside of this child. The danger of artificial incarnation, and that's this artificial birth, and that's what it is, artificial incarnation, is that we have no idea where, what type, or if there is a corruption that happens that when you are creating life artificially. Okay? So, it's a can of worms being opened that has the propensity for disaster. These embryos, these zygotes, whatever is being programmed into them, you could be creating a super army. You could be genetically modifying these children to make sure that certain things don't affect them. You could be making an army of murderers that could be efficient killers by the time they're 5 years old. Getting into a whole lot of stuff that we were never meant to get into, which is why being here during this time is so exciting, because every one of us has a little hand in what's going on in our universe right now. And our job is to be aware, to mitigate, to write, to draw, to pass these stories on into antiquity. What is happening now? Okay? Again, we can't be afraid of what's happening because it's already happening. But we got to be aware and we got to be prepared for what these evil men have planned for us. Okay, I hope that answered your question, Shay Shay. Shay Shay wanted me to talk on Astroth energy. Okay, and I had to look this up, so I'm not well versed in a whole lot of these things. Some of these things that you guys are asking me, I have never heard of before. So I looked up this Astroth energy, and what I found was that Astroth is supposedly a demon of the Americas. It can be a female or a male. It has been described as being Ishtar or Inanna, but it has also been described as being a male demon. And this is a demon of the Americas. This is ancient text turned into fan fiction and fantasy. And when I don't know enough about something, I'm going to be honest with you and let you know that I am not versed in these demonology and things like that, mainly because it is something that I don't have enough space inside of me to learn about. And number two, I really don't want to be dealing with demons in my waking state. But to answer your question, Astroth is online, at least, is said to be the demon of the Americas, and it has been likened to the goddesses Ishtar and Inanna. How true that is, I am not sure. Again, I am not versed in demonology. All right, there you go. My next question is from Spirits Beyond the Stars. Spirits Beyond the Stars, this is a fantastic question. Can artificial sugars change our DNA? This is such a fantastic question, Spirits. And I want to say, yes, there are a lot of things that have been created, that have been introduced into our environment that are actively changing our DNA. Shutting off strands of our DNA, damaging strands of our DNA. The most important gland that they are always working on keeping not working is our pineal gland, right here in the center of your head. That is your antenna that connects you to the ether. The powers that be evil men, starting with Adolf Hitler, put, oh gosh, now my brain's not working. Not chlorine, fluoride in our drinking water to purposefully shut us off. Fluoride is the off switch to your pineal gland, your connection to the ether, that thing that brings in your psychic abilities, your telekinetic abilities, your ability to astral project, to travel through realms of reality, to see into the ether of you. It was purposefully calcified, encapsulated. They tried to shut it off. Our DNA strands have been manipulated many times. We have much more DNA than we're using. This is to keep us under control, to keep us in a slave state. This is done by adding toxins and poisons to our air, our food, and our water. And you see these evil men every day contaminating every single body of water, north, south, east, and west, every day, putting chemicals with one thing in mind, and that is to shut off anything that will keep us from evolving. And that's what's happening. We are being bombarded to keep us from awakening. That's why they want you to stay asleep. Stay asleep. They want you, they demand that you stay asleep. Don't you dare wake up. Don't you dare activate your pineal gland. Don't you dare activate your DNA. You are becoming more psychic every day. You know things that you didn't know yesterday. More and more things are making sense to you. You are awakening. You may have headaches here. Your jaws may hurt because that is your pineal gland freeing itself from the encapsulation, from the calcification. If you can hear cracks in your head, you are hearing your pineal gland awakening. And that is why they have amped up the toxins that they are delivering to us through airplanes, flying, crisscrossing the skies, dropping heavy metals on us that are in our air, in our food, in our water. We are inhaling this daily. This is how much of a war on us is going on to try to keep us just from waking up. Because as soon as the collective is conscious of what it can do, we will do it. And they are trying to stop us by hook or by crook. And even if it means killing us, that is not a bridge too far to keep us under control. Understand that, okay? So yes, spirits beyond the stars, artificial sugars can change your DNA strands, can change the way that they work, can shut off certain things, can open you up to certain illnesses. I'm going to say this to all my friends who are trying to quit smoking by using a vape pen. That vape pen, they deliver an amount of nicotine that you do not get from a cigarette. They literally almost OD you every time you take a puff off of that vape pen. The vape pen is not helping you quit tobacco. it is getting you more hooked on the nicotine. Yes, you may stop smoking cigarettes, but you're going to have a hard time quitting that vape, because they have taken the addiction to the tobacco and the hand to mouth, and they have made you a junkie to nicotine. Okay, understand what is being done to us to keep us controlled. And it's not just the nicotine that you're getting in that vape. They're putting oil distillates in there. Those weigh in your lungs. Those take eons for you to get rid of out of your body. You're trapping things inside of your body under a layer of oil that you are inhaling through a vape pen. I understand that it is helping you to stop tobacco, but please, put down the vape pen. Please, it is murdering you. All right. My next question from Spirits Beyond the Stars is, could 45 wind up in jail after the next documents case takes place? Might one of these things that old Donnie Boy is being brought into courtroom after courtroom after courtroom for, might it actually land him in jail? Okay, we got that 3 of Cups inverted again. And we got, oh my goodness, we got a whole story here. But we got that 3 of Cups inverted, which is expedition, dispatch, achievement, and an end. We also got a couple yeses here. We also got this death card. So we got strength, which anytime we're talking about old Donnie Boy, the strength card is abuse of power, and straight up abuse of power. We got the 3 of Cups inverted. Achievement, dispatch, end. Something that's coming. And here's an end that we got, the 10 of Swords. We also got the Chariot. This is a war card. This is Donnie out there every day calling for his minions to avenge him. Avenge him. He's calling for this. The margarine taco greases, the Matt Gates, all of these cretins are calling for this quote-unquote civil war. Donnie Boy has a plan up his sleeve. I believe that somebody may call for him to, I don't know how they're going to sit him in jail with the Secret Service or whatnot, but there's talk about this. But here again, they are giving old Donnie Boy every opportunity on the planet to pull a Machiavelli. I almost feel like they are counting on him bailing so that they can write this in history, that he was exiled or sent away somehow. Understand, everything that's going on with Donald Trump is a distraction. Everything. Everything going on with Donald Trump is a distraction. When they televise him speaking out of his behind, it is a distraction to keep you from looking at what is really going on. My biggest fear is that we're going to, the finality of this case with Donald Trump is going to fade into the ether, and we will have never dealt with what caused this to happen in the first place. We will never deal with the evil. We will never deal with the corrupt government. We will never deal with these corrupt politicians, judges, all of these people who are running our government. They have us fixated on what Donnie's doing or what he's not doing, so that we're not looking at what our actual government is not doing, is not taking care of, and is allowing to transpire. Again, I'm going to go back to that Titan. They knew those people were already gone, while there were thousands of people fighting for their lives, and nobody helped them. Those people drowned. Those people died. while people watched, while armies, navies allowed them to die, while they went, the whole world was watching them look for a little submarine not bigger than my dining room table with 4 dudes who put their lives in the hands of a doggone Sony joystick. But we're going to spend millions of dollars to find these 5 rich guys. But we're not going to lift a finger or spend a penny to help a whole ship of people who are drowning off the coast of Europe. Eyes wide open, guys. Know what we do. Know what is done in our name. And know a distraction when you see one. My next question is from Shay Shay. Shay Shay wants to know, will music turn positive again? Will consciousness return? We must listen to what we ingest. Guys, and I am so guilty of this because I love a banging beat. I like to dance and I like it when that beat drops, okay? But we got to listen to what we are ingesting in music. One that just came, and I only heard this song this weekend, and it's the Margarita song. It's kind of funny. Got a banging beat, but it goes, 1 margarita, I'ma open up my legs. 2 margaritas, I'ma give you some. 3 margaritas, I'ma put it in my. 4 margaritas, I'ma put it in my. And this is all over TikTok. This is all over YouTube, Facebook. Everybody's doing a stitch to this video. This music that is saying, if you give me alcohol, the more alcohol you give me, the more of my body I am going to give you. We've got little 3, 4-year-old children. Parents allowing them to do videos, stitches to that song. Little girls dancing, dropping it, opening their legs, tooting their butt out. Even making the symbol for oral sex. And we as a community, as a nation, as a collective, think this is just okay. It is important. Be aware of what you are ingesting, what you are feeding yourself spiritually, physically, and mentally. Listen to the lyrics of that song. Listen. And then decide consciously if it's something that you want to put into your body. All right? Everybody's grown here. All right, it is up to you. Now we're going to talk about this weather because this is serious. We got some serious stuff coming with this weather. All of this is part of what happened when we had that pulse. We have some solar class flares that are coming. Our Earth may be very well bombarded the whole week, this whole week going into July. Solar storms, crazy weather events, hail. We may have snow. Again, I am still calling for there to be some extreme weather shifts. And I'm talking extreme to the cold. And places that shouldn't be cold are going to be extremely cold. Prepare for inclement weather. Prepare for tornadoes. This is one of the things that is going to be epic this week, is the wind that is moving. Fire-nados. I said this on Friday as well. With some of these tornadoes. We are going to have literal hot spots of fires starting in certain places on our planet that will get twisted up with the wind, that will cause actual fire tornadoes that can run across deserts, forests, that can spread fires house to house. Again, this is the weather. Ain't nothing we can do but to be prepared. Be prepared. Be prepared. Listen to your meteorologist. And doggone it, if you are not subscribed to Dutch Sense, DUTCHSINSE, subscribe to him. Listen to Dutch Sense. Put your bell notification on so that you can be abreast and aware of where really bad weather may hit, okay? And where seismic activity may be occurring. And we are in the umbra of volcanic eruptions. It's imminent. I can't give you a date, but I can tell you that one is going to pop right here in the United States. Again, be prepared. It's going to happen. We've been waiting forever for it to. So we know that it can. It will. Be prepared for it. Keep your gas. Keep your car topped off in case you got to get out of where you are. Know where the safe places are if you live near or around a supervolcano. And if you're on the fault lines, just make sure that you take heavy objects off of your walls so that a 200-pound pitcher don't fall on your head if there's an earthquake. And have a plan. Have a plan. That is most important. Have a plan for your family to know who to call, where to meet, where to go, in case everybody has to find their way to a centralized location. Just make a plan. Be prepared. That way you don't have to be scared. Okay? We're about to come into some real stuff. Some real stuff that we've never seen before. And the way that we're going to survive this is by being consciously aware, being mature, and being spiritually ready. We can do this. We are in the creation phase as things are pulled apart, and they must crumble for us to build on top of them. And this is where we are. We are in the creation phase. So as things are being pulled apart, things are also being created. Make sure that your mindset is in creation, not destruction. I love you. I love you. I love you. Happy Monday. Namaste.